What is going on? I'm Zedmot. Rumor has it if you watch that opening long enough, you'll see Zedmot hit the corner of the screen. Incremental changes, my friends, all paid for by you guys throwing code Zedmot into. I swear I probably should have got code SMOT because I type that in way, way, way more often. Please don't type in code SMOT. It won't work. We're going to do some operation stuff, then we're going to get into some controversial stuff. So do stick around. Operation just started here. Sour grapes, what in the heck? I'm in a random task force, and sour grapes? War Factory needs to bring intel. Holy crow. I have not attacked sour grapes. I'm pretty sure we can just close our eyes and do whatever the heck we wanted to. If I fail on sour grapes, there's going to be heckin' back to pay. We're going to go right on assembly. I never, ever, ever go right on assembly. So that's why we're going to do it. Always go left on assembly. I'm hoping that we can solo this. Now, using Zookas and or Bombardiers on assembly does not make... on sour grapes does not make a lot of sense. You have better luck just using tanks and scorchers and clearing to the core, which sets up these expectations where tanks and scorchers and stuff are invincible, and then you hit dead end and deep cut. And I know that tanks have been used on massive attack in rare situations with perfect statues and stuff, but anyways, we are going to push to the right hand side on assembly just for something different to do. Those middle rocket launchers are a bit of a pain, so I'm just going to barrage those and artillery those, because I assume they have basically zero health, and by getting rid of them, we're going to make this attack so much easier. And look at that, we still have 130 gunboat energy, even though we barraged 2 rocket launchers, and that is only possible on sour grapes. So one thing that I don't think I've talked about, or should have talked about in all of the years of making videos, is it is very, very, very critical that you plan your attacks based on which operation level you're doing. You'll see players who do Forlorn Hope daily, and what happens is they come in to do sour grapes and they just shock everything, and they don't plan for the fact that they can just straight up punch defenses in the face. So definitely 1000% need to be a little bit, like, look at that, rocket launchers not even killing our troops. So just need to plan a little bit differently, and that, my friends, is critical. So we're going to throw a barrage about here. I'm going to throw a, what is that thing called? A deployable turret here pretty quick, but not quite yet. I'm going to get all of my troops into about there, hoping not to get that bombardier just got shot square in the face. And then we're just going to keep our troops walking, and I really don't have a plan for what the heck I'm going to do here, to be completely frank and honest. Let's get all of our troops up to there, and then we can go something like this. I'm going to throw you into about there, my friends, hoping to get bullet. Uh-oh, I don't have any gunboat energy. No! This is going to be awful. Awful. Look at this. We're going to get roasted by all of the things. Just getting pummeled. There we go. There's the taunt. Thankfully, we've managed to get that deployable turret to distract the shock launchers. Otherwise, we would just get crushed right now. Like, the deployable turret is saving everything about this attack. I did not manage my gunboat energy well. I did not plan this well. I don't ever go right on sour grapes, and we have been absolutely and utterly saved by that deployable turret. So probably shouldn't have thrown it because it put us behind the 8-ball as far as gunboat energy goes, but there is your unboosted sour grapes solo. I never thought I would say that on my channel. Typically I do unboosted dead end solos, deep cut solos. Strange. Needed to wrap my brain around that a little bit better, but it worked out. Shouldn't have. That was an awful start to the day. But hey, a win is a win. Dead is dead. We're going to switch accounts. I'll be back in just a moment. Watch for the corner. we is back, my friends. Now, this account, Warships, still going, still cruising on forwards. This is my other account. I'm only doing 2 this season, so I guess it's my other, no double other. Definitely odd. I managed to get into 18 with no machine guns, no shock launchers. It was a strange tech run. I also went that top road with cannons. Now, I'll talk about my main account in Diamond later on. But for right now, we're going to show some forlorn hopiness, slightly different than sour grapes, and then we'll get into the bit that I was talking about early on. So, look at this. Just, you know what? I'm going to show Krish on Manticore simply because Krish is an absolute beast of a player, an absolute pleasure to have in the task force, because I don't think I've ever seen Krish do a bad attack. Just absolute beast player. Coming in, hitting that mine oh so carefully. Gotta say, Manticore, I haven't watched this attack. I kind of assume he's going to use the deployable turret. Nope, critters. Absolute crushing it. Oh, speed serum, that's why. I was going to say, why are you not using the deployable turret? Beast. Just boom, shaka, laka. Now, quick note, if you have the deployable turret still, which you probably do, that is a great use of them as well. Manticore is one of the best uses of the deployable turret because all of those rockets trying to get rid of the turrets do... Oh, the crashes, my friends. I really wish they would fix that bug, but who knows? Who knows indeed. Let's get back to what the name of the game was. Now, just great attacks to start. My attack, I only have 7 powder, so this was not a full boost. If we go into my sculptor, you'll see why. Oh, you see, look at that. I managed to get some powder. You'll see why I need that code ZMod, because I spend way too much on diamonds. You shouldn't have to spend anything on diamonds at this point in the game, but I just can't keep up with my sculptor. So we're going to show you my green cord attack, because I was pretty happy with it, to be honest. Little bit different here. No rocket launcher there. Couple other rocket launchers on the right-hand side missing. So we bring in 3 boats. Probably could have done it with 2. And then no shocks on that front bit. Just clearing the front shield gen. Getting an extra 3 gunboat energy. Probably a waste of speed serum, but just wanted to be super duper cautious. And then this walk, if not sure if you've ever seen this walk or not, I'm sure that most people have at this point in their Boom Beach careers. Now I used 2 smokes, might have been able to get away with 1. I just wanted to make sure that I was way out of the range of that laser. And then boom, shaka laka, 2 shocks, down go the right-hand side shield gen. So things are looking pretty good until we look over here and we see 4 rockets at the front, making things extra difficult on that left-hand side. So the right-hand side in front, easier, left-hand side, harder. So we did the obvious, brought in 1 boat of Scorchers. Now, I preach this all the time, but this is a great example of dropping your troops at different times. First we did the front, then we did the right, and now we're coming in for the left. And if you can count, you'll notice we've only used 7 boats so far. So Bullet being a bro, going to that far right hand side, getting shot in the face by those boom cannons, protecting all of the Scorchers. Now, I got a little bit impatient here and kept flaring those rockets just to make sure that we don't eat too many cells. My thinking was that way whoever hits the core can eat as many cells as they want, give them a little bit extra gunboat energy. And we managed to clear the rockets. Now, notice that rocket is not quite down yet. We're dropping that last boat of Zookas, using the flare that was on that rocket launcher and the taunt from Bullet. Now, quick detail, microwaver, where the back back shock shield generator is, which causes a little bit of issues. And then looky, we're gonna get 3 shield gens. 1, I actually hit that 4 wide Lego shock for once. I never ever hit it. And then using all of the troops and barely squeaking out that last shield gen. So 3 shield gens in 1 attack. I was pretty happy with that. I don't think I've done that more than like a handful of times at the very most in all of the years of my Boom Beaching. Then comes Mr. Smacked coming in. Now, quick note, we talked about that back microwaver in a terrible spot. So Smacked does the brilliant, brilliant thing. Looky, love this. You don't see this very often. When Green Court first came out, people were going up the middle to do the core hit all of the time, and you guys might be doing the core hit up the middle, but I have not seen that up the middle walk in quite a while. So very, very neat to see. And you'll see his placement is exactly where it needs to be, getting outside the range of that microwaver. I think his troops poke out a little bit yet right there. Loses the delay, which makes him shock and spend more gunboat energy than he probably wanted. But look again, only 6 boats down there, which makes for some magical, magical stuff. So this front mortar needs to go away. I think it's that spot that ranges where your troops are. So he is farming that mortar, which is fairly awesome. Getting rid of that mortar means that you can drop all of your Zookas for the core hit without any smoke. And then Everspark's there for a very, very valid reason. He's eating a couple cells, which probably required after that long, long walk on the booming of the beaches. Now the important bit. Coming in and getting that right there with only 1 smoke. And now 1, 2, 3, triple smoke, triple hack, no re-smoke. Awesome. Now he could have got that 4th hack as well if he had the gunboat energy, but sadly wasn't able to do so. Not that you could really ask for a heck of a lot more than that. And then Crusader coming in with Bullet and the Zookas. Look at that. Now, please, if you're doing a core hit on Green Court, I see people use a left-hand side flare to drop their troops. Just use a flag drop. Flag drop so much better. Save some gunboat energy and make sure that your troops get way out of range. So, liking what I'm seeing already. Now, here goes. Now, this is the part, let's see where he flares. Is he going to flare past? Yeah. So when you're flaring Green Court, you either have the option of flaring past, which works every time, or you have the option of flaring in between the hot pot and the sniper tower, and it ends up, sometimes you hit the core, sometimes Bullet doesn't go far enough. So I love the flare past. I never do the flare past, though I am guilty of not doing it, saying and not doing. Oh, he's using an extra smoky there. I have not seen that going that far. That's interesting. Now that might be based on this layout specifically, but Green Court, no lasers on that far side of the core makes this far, far easy. Peakage. Oh, never mind. I'm looking at the wrong smokes. I thought he had some peakage. He didn't. And then just blasting the core. You lose some troops to the Doom Cannon, but otherwise just crushing that. Absolute beast mode. Green Court in 3 is always a good time. I don't know if I've seen a Green Court solo. I kind of doubt it. I know I've seen it in 2, but nonetheless, we got 10 attacks for Humble Pie, so that is a good time. Now, if you've been watching the Boom Beach Twitter channel, also their YouTube channel, they had a vote in the last, I said controversial, it's not really controversial, but they had a vote yesterday about Cluster Grenade versus Battle Orders. Now, Cluster Grenade is great until you hit like HQ 13 or something like that. Battle Orders is the go-to. Battle Orders will win that poll by an absolute landslide, and I was going to laugh at them and tell them that it was a stupid poll, which I kind of did on my Twitter. Check it out. But we're going to go through Cluster Grenade, just doing something slightly different, and we're going to try to do today's imitation game using nothing but the Cluster Grenade. Is that a good idea? No, but I really, really don't care, because imitation game no longer has names, which removed a whole bunch of the fun for me. Really, really enjoyed not only trying to pronounce the names, but just seeing the names. Now, anytime I see a headquarters under construction, it makes me think that maybe, just maybe, we're seeing the same bases we've seen 1,000 times. We just don't recognize it because their names are... You know what I'd love? If someone were to keep screenshots of all the imitation games and then run them through artificial intelligence, like the Azure Cognate. Anyways, just to see if we're actually getting new bases or just the same things over and over again. I feel like removing the names was just an easy way for them to hide, but maybe it was for a legitimate reason. Here goes nothing. Yeah, like, honestly, I feel like we're just getting the exact same bases over and over and over again, but we just don't notice it because we can't read the names. So, if we get 3 bases that are under construction, we've had this exact layout before, but that was years and years ago. Starting to get a bit stuffed up, starting to get a little bit nervous. My youngest son, has been home from school for 3 days now with a cough and sore throat, so getting a little bit nervous that might be getting sick in the next little bit. COVID or not, just don't like being sick. Anyways, here, Brick probably can walk on that boom mine without any concerns. Now I said I was going to use just Brick and her cluster grenade. I'm also going to use all of the gunboat abilities available to her. And I started yesterday, I tried to take down bases using nothing but the cluster grenade, and I said, hey, I can't take down any bases with just the cluster grenade, or it's very, very difficult. That means that Battle Orders is way better. Then I realized that Battle Orders can't take down bases on its own either, so not really a good combo, but I feel like Cluster Grenade should be buffed a little bit. Let me know in the comments if you agree, if you disagree, because I feel like for max level players it doesn't do anything. For low level players it does great, but it just doesn't scale quite properly. Now, the issue with that is that it might break warships, but an easy fix for that is just to add more levels to it and then not include those levels in warships, perhaps. That's my general thinking anyways. I am so sick and tired of having way too many hero tokens, so if they were to add like level 10 cluster grenade, I'd be all over it. Maybe possibly giving Brick's abilities a little bit more oomph. They don't need to bring out level 10 battle orders, just bring out like level 8, level 10 cluster grenade, because it just doesn't scale. So that seems like an easy fix to me, and that does not take any extra code. All it takes is like adding one line to one file. So Supercell, I'm looking at you. This would be a great opportunity to make cluster grenade amazingness, or at least make it usable. Maybe, just maybe, we're going to get all 7 stages, though. This video, all over the place. I know that I've found that I'm having to try harder and harder to find topics that I haven't covered and topics that are not warships. So for those of you out there sitting here thinking to yourself, this is ridiculous, Zed, what the heck are you doing? I am okay with that. Need to keep the main base action going. And part of that is being critical about how the main base operates. Cluster Grenade needs some oomph. Sure, it's doing decent against this level 52, but if we were to go up against a level 70, it just... And I mean, heroes weren't... Uh-oh. Look at that. Brick taking a cannon shot to the face. So Brick definitely has enough firepower. It's just a matter of... if we could get that cluster grenade a little bit more oomph, it would be that much more special and making Brick that much more powerful. Don't want to fail on stage 5. If we do, it means we're definitely going to fail on stage 7 because we need 2 attacks for stage 7, I assume. We're going to pull out here. Lots and lots of pulling out these days, it seems, on... I mean, like, with warships, like, it's all about it. Like, you're just absolutely pulling out all of the time, going up to the left-hand side, then backing up and making sure that you keep your troops alive. This season of warships hasn't even gotten crazy yet. There are like 2 more rocket launchers coming, there are extra shock launchers, there are damage amplifiers. It's going to be even more messy than it has been, and I, for one, am not super excited about it. I'm interested to see what it looks like, but just too many defenses this season. Great change. I love seeing the rocket launcher back in the rotation of the choice nodes, but my goodness, Dios mio. Stage 5, down. Starting to sound a little bit nasally. Stage 5, down, just Brick's cluster grenade. Now, I know some of you out there are saying, we've got the GBE tribes, you could just GBE all 7 stages, but that's not as fun as it could be. So, this is going to be a problem. We're going to have a problem here. Let's get... See, always lyrics, always lyrics. That SEMO is going to crush my troops, but the rocket launcher on that right-hand side is not in service, so apologies in advance. This is going to be a bit of a long attack. Going, almost wasn't a long attack, because if you saw there, my smoke did not register. So if you have a ridiculous challenge for me involving anything Boom Beach related, please do let me know, because like I said, always looking to mix things up a little bit. And people like Cosmic Duo always seem to have great little suggestions and ideas. I struggle a little bit because I have tried, I've almost like trying to stay above the ridiculous, but at the same time, Boom Beach needs a little bit of ridiculous, because on its own, it's starting to get a little bit stale for those of us who have been here for a long time. And that's why you see things like all bullet operations and just trying to keep things fresh and new. Wish Boom Beach would do it on its own, but the content creators and task forces doing it for them is fantastic. So we should be able to take down Stage 6, even though they had a CMO and a Doom Cannon and all of that ice at the back. But I think so that's going to give us 2 attacks for Stage 7 with just the Cluster Grenade. Now, Cluster Grenade, they're kind of like Grenadiers, and I guess that's why it's called a grenade. Oh, shock, shock, shock! Brick taking a boom cannon to the face. So not just a cannon like last time, but an actual boom cannon. Now, I was saying, like, look how much damage it does behind the scenes. So that is incredibly, incredibly useful. We're going to throw our deployable turret over to that left-hand side just so that that rocket launcher does not hassle us, and then just waiting on Brick to take down this stage. This video is going to be a little bit longer than usual, but a bunch of you have been asking for operation attacks, and I gotta say, if you want to see operation attacks, my biggest recommendation for you is to join one of our task forces, because there are constantly great, amazing, perfect operation attacks, but I just don't have the bandwidth to share them all. Not actual bandwidth, more like brain bandwidth. Let's throw one more med kit, and the thing is, you can watch them over and over again and ask questions of not just me, but all of the other amazing players in our task force. Just please join the appropriate task force. Nothing worse than like a HQ 12 trying to join a max task force that requires 12 statues. So that just shows that you're not really reading descriptions, not getting you off on the right foot, or the left foot for that matter. I was gonna scout, no need to scout. Ooh, boosted ice. Is it actually boosted? No, it's not. So, bit of a problem with, you see, that one actually boosted, that one actually boosted, this one, it must have ran out in the weird timing. So we are going to have major problems here, but not as bad as if their statues were actually boosted. Should be able to get somewhere near the back. That grappler is going to be a massive problem, though. Using up all sorts of our gunboat energy. And now, have they hidden their mines? I don't think so. So now we just need to come into about here, trying to avoid all of the things and get to the back without using up all of our gunboat energy. This is going to be a massive, massive undertaking. Need to throw a couple smokes here and there. Not a ton, just enough to keep Brick alive and well. Now, I don't think Brick damages herself with her cluster grenade, but I'd really, really like it if she could damage that rocket launcher just like that. We are on the path to winning, my friends. There are a lot of boom cannons towards the core, so need to get rid of all of the things. Don't know if we'll be able to do so or not. Uh-oh, we're getting hit by that sniper tower. Did not notice it until it was almost too late. Need some critters, need a cluster grenade. Let's go, Brick. Take this puppy down. Oh, we're gonna die. It's gonna have to be in 2 attacks, unfortunately. But we did all sorts of great clearing. Should be super simple for the next attack. Little bit of a sad moment there. Just give a moment of silence for our friend, Miss Brick. Oh. Not really a moment of silence, but stage 7 should be in the bag now. Let's see if that is actually going to be the case. What do we need to worry about? Let's see, that boom cannon is not going to range behind the core. That boom cannon also not going to, but you know what? Let's get rid of that one for starters. We are going to send Miss Brick on her walk. probably don't need to smoke anywhere near that rocket launcher simply because Brick has enough health and those rockets are all going to land mostly behind her. Just need the occasional smoke here once we get anywhere near this flamethrower. Now that flamethrower might not even range her, but just to be on the safe side, figured, you know what, let's be super duper cautious. And now, here is when things get interesting. Brick, we're going to throw one of those. We're going to throw a shock there. Oh no! Oh no! Ah! Utterly and completely failed to figure out where the heck Brick's... Man, that was just awful. We are going to fail this. Now, you know what? I'm just going to drop all of my troops here. Sad, sad moment. I thought for certain Cluster Grenade would lead us through it, but just did not get it done. And as a result, absolute and complete failure on my part. So, just did not plan where the heck Brick's smoke was going to end, and as a result, we're going to lose this round of Zedmot versus stupid abilities, and that is just a super cruddy way to finish this video. So that's gonna be it, my friends. We failed Imitation Game using just Brick. Now, I have faith that you guys can pull this off because you have now seen how not to be an idiot, and the fact that I just did not register where that smoke would be and what Brick's range was is disappointing and sad. Do take down all 7 stages using just Brick's Cluster Grenade. Now, I realize that you could just drop Brick and barrage the core and probably take it down and say, hey, I had Cluster Grenade loaded, but I want to see real replays. Go take down Imitation Game using nothing but Brick and her Cluster Grenade. Would love to see it. Also, do it unboosted. Boosted would be super, super simple. That is all for me. Have a fantastic weekend. I cannot wait to not be working. I shall talk to you soon. Thanks for coming in. As always, don't forget to use that creator code in every single Supercell game. Leave me a comment, click the bell, all that YouTubey stuff. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for coming in. I'm Zedmot. Peace.